The rain started just after midnight. Ethan Carter gripped the steering wheel tighter as his old truck crawled along the empty road through Black Hollow, a forgotten town buried deep in the mountains of West Virginia. The windshield wipers squealed across the glass, barely cutting through the storm. His GPS had died 20 minutes ago. No signal. No lights. No people. Only trees. Tall, dead-looking trees stretching endlessly into darkness. Ethan had been driving home from a photography assignment in Ohio when the shortcut appeared on his map. Black Hollow Road. It promised to save nearly an hour. Now he regretted taking it. Thunder exploded overhead. Then he saw her. A woman standing beside the road. She wore a long black nun's habit soaked by rain. Her face was hidden beneath the hood. One pale hand pointed toward the woods. Ethan slammed the brakes. The truck skidded sideways before stopping inches from her. His heart pounded. The nun never moved. Slowly, Ethan rolled down the window. "Ma'am, are you okay?" No answer. The rain hammered the truck roof. "You need help." The nun lifted her head slightly. Ethan froze. Her skin was unnaturally white. Her eyes looked completely black. Not dark. Black. Like empty holes. Then she whispered something. At first he couldn't hear it through the rain. "Don't let her inside." The truck engine suddenly died. The headlights flickered out. Darkness swallowed everything. "Hello." Ethan grabbed his phone flashlight. When the beam lit the road again, the nun was gone. Only muddy footprints remained beside the truck, leading into the woods. Thunder cracked again. And somewhere far away, a church bell rang. Ethan finally restarted the truck and continued driving until he found the town. Black Hollow looked abandoned. The buildings were rotting. Store windows were boarded shut. Rusted signs creaked in the wind. But one place still had lights. A motel. The sign buzzed weakly. "St. Mary's Inn." Ethan hurried inside. The lobby smelled like mildew and old wood. An elderly woman sat behind the counter knitting silently. She looked up slowly. "You shouldn't be here tonight," she said. Ethan forced a nervous laugh. "Yeah, well, neither should this storm." The woman didn't smile. "You saw her, didn't you?" Ethan's stomach tightened. "The nun?" The woman stopped knitting. Then crossed herself. "Room 6, she whispered quickly. "Lock the door. Don't answer anyone after midnight." Before Ethan could ask another question, the lights flickered. For one brief second, he thought he saw another figure standing behind the woman. A tall nun with hollow black eyes. Then the lights stabilized. Nothing was there. Room 6 smelled dusty and cold. Ethan locked the door immediately. The old television only played static. Outside, thunder continued rumbling across the mountains. He tried sleeping. But around 1:13 a.m., he heard footsteps in the hallway. Slow. Dragging. Step. Drag. Step. Drag. They stopped outside his door. Silence. Then came 3 knocks. Knock. 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 Ethan sat upright. A woman's voice whispered from outside. "Please, help me." His blood ran cold. It sounded wrong. Like multiple voices speaking together. "Sir, please." He remembered the old woman's warning. "Don't answer." The doorknob slowly began turning. Ethan backed away from the bed. The lock rattled violently. Then stopped. Silence returned. A minute passed. Then another. Finally, Ethan approached the peephole. He looked outside. The hallway was empty. But something felt wrong. Very wrong. His breathing slowed. Then he noticed it. A single black eye staring back through the peephole from the other side. Ethan screamed and stumbled backward. The hallway erupted with loud banging. Boom. 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 The door shook violently as if someone massive was slamming against it. The lights flickered red. Then black. In darkness, Ethan heard whispering all around him. Prayers. Hundreds of voices chanting in Latin. His flashlight turned on by itself. The beam landed on the far corner of the room. The nun stood there. Impossible. Tall. Motionless. Water dripped from her black robes onto the carpet. Her face slowly lifted. Skin stretched tightly over bone. A twisted grin split across her face. And her eyes. Empty black pits. Ethan ran for the door. The nun's head snapped toward him unnaturally fast. Then she smiled wider. Too wide. The lights exploded. Glass shattered. And every voice screamed at once. Ethan burst into the motel lobby. The old woman was gone. Only candles remained lit near the desk. He spotted a newspaper lying open. The headline read, "Nuns found dead in Black Hollow Church, 1958. Below the article was a photograph. Ethan's hands trembled. The nun from the road stood in the center of the picture. The article explained everything. In 1958, St. Abigail's Church burned down during a storm. 6 nuns died trapped inside. But locals believed one nun survived. Sister Miriam. They said she began hearing voices after the fire. Children disappeared. Travelers vanished. Then the town emptied overnight. Before anyone could stop her. The townspeople buried Sister Miriam alive beneath the church basement. But every stormy night, she returned, looking for someone to let her in. Suddenly the church bell rang again. Closer this time. Ethan looked outside. At the top of the hill beyond town stood the burned remains of St. Abigail's Church. And in every window, dark figures watched him. The motel door slowly creaked open by itself. Cold wind rushed inside. A voice whispered directly beside Ethan's ear. "You opened the door." He turned slowly. The nun stood inches away. Her mouth stretched impossibly wide. Inside her throat, dozens of human hands pushed outward. Grabbing. Reaching. Crawling. The candles blew out. And Black Hollow went silent forever.